You know vocabulary. You've studied grammar. You can introduce yourself, order food, and ask for directions. But when it comes to telling a story, or describing something that really happened, you freeze. You hesitate. You wonder, how do I say this naturally? That's because learning a language is not just about knowing the rules. It's about learning how to talk about real life. That's why stories matter. When you hear a true story in English, told clearly and simply, you learn how to tell your own stories too. So subscribe now if you want more than textbooks. If you want to actually use English in real life, you're in the right place. Here's today's story. He was doing cleaning jobs in Barcelona to save money. Nothing glamorous, just part-time work cleaning short-term rental apartments for tourists. He had done dozens of them already, some messy, some easy, some smelling like sunscreen and beer. One morning, he got a new address from his manager. "Quick turnover," she said. The guests checked out early. "New team arrives tonight. Make it spotless." He took the subway, walked 3 blocks, and found the apartment. It looked nice from the outside, top floor, small balcony, modern building. When he stepped inside, he paused. Something felt different. It was cleaner than usual. The guests had taken out the trash. The towels were already folded. That never happened. There were bottles of expensive water in the fridge. A bag of unopened protein bars on the counter. And near the couch, a lanyard with a backstage pass from a music festival. Curious, he opened the bedroom closet to change the linens. Inside were 2 coat hangers, one with a light denim jacket that had a logo on the back. He didn't recognize the logo, but he took a photo of it. It looked like something from a tour crew. As he cleaned the bathroom, he noticed a sheet of paper on the counter. A list of instructions in English: studio time, 3 p.m. Venue check, 5:30. Rehearsal gear arrives, 6. He could only understand part of it, but it didn't look like a tourist itinerary. Later, when he took out the trash, he saw 2 black cases near the elevator. The kind used for music equipment. And inside one of them, barely zipped, was a set list with a name on top, Dua Lipa. He blinked. No way. He messaged his friend who worked in live events. Sent him the photo of the logo on the jacket. 5 minutes later, that's her tour team's gear. You cleaned the apartment they stayed in. He didn't say anything to his boss. He finished cleaning carefully. Even fluffed the pillows. When he left, he smiled. It wasn't like he met a celebrity. But something about the experience stuck with him. It reminded him how English had quietly become part of his daily life. How he could now understand printed notes left behind. How he could guess the meaning of phrases like venue check or gear arrives. Before, that would have been just gibberish. But now, he was getting it. He told the story later to his cousin. In English. I cleaned an apartment used by Dua Lipa's team, he said. There were signs, music gear, notes, everything. He had never told a story like that in English before. And he realized something. The more he used English to describe his actual life, the more confident he felt. Let's talk about what you can learn from this. First, real stories build real language. When you follow a story like this, you don't just learn words, you learn how to connect them naturally. Second, you pick up the language of situations, like cleaning instructions, backstage schedules, music terms. This is how English becomes practical. Third, storytelling is a skill you can practice. You don't need to be perfect. Just start with, "I did this," or "one time I saw," and go from there. Your task today: think of a time you did a small job, maybe helping someone, working part-time, or even volunteering. Write 3 to 5 sentences in English about it. Focus on using clear past tense verbs, like "I helped," "I saw," "I cleaned." Then say it out loud. And remember, we're here every single day with real stories that help you learn English naturally. So subscribe, and join us tomorrow for another one. See you then.